ADHD treatment is kind of interesting because we're stimulating hyper kids, and that seems like a bit of a paradox. So let's have a closer look at this. What are the origins of attention deficit and hyperactivity? Well, first, distractibility is the inability to sustain attention on necessary tasks. So little Johnny's looking at birds, his computer, here's a fire truck going by, ooh, smells pizza. Dad's wondering about the homework, and Johnny is chasing a cat. This is from the frontal lobe, which is necessary for shifting and sustaining attention, and it depends on dopamine to be activated. Another thing is the reward circuit, which encourages drive satisfaction like sleep and hunger. The dopamine from there comes from the ventral tegmental area to the nucleus accumbens. And here's the frontal lobe just to show you anatomically where the relative structures are. So when normal brains need to focus, there's dopamine activation of the frontal lobe and the reward circuit, so accomplishment feels satisfying. In an ADHD brain, these things aren't activated, so there's no regulation of impulse, no reward. The world feels incredibly boring. So you can only focus with ADHD when stimulus is very high: video games, emergencies, war, extreme sports. So thrill seeking is really common to activate sluggish dopamine circuits in the ADHD brain, and that leads to hyperactivity. So attention deficit and hyperactivity are the product of this really sluggish, understimulated brain. So stimulants increase dopamine, which increases the activation of the frontal lobe to improve impulse control and sustain focus. And there's activation of the reward circuit to decrease boredom and decrease stimulus hunger. The activated frontal lobe can regulate impulses from the limbic system and the brainstem. And that is why we stimulate hyperactive kids. But also, treated ADHD leads to less criminality, more school completion, less substance addiction, increased career accomplishment, and relationship satisfaction.